the spookiest time of year is here. It's the day before Halloween. And did you know that Halloween actually originated in Ireland thousands of years ago?
Interesting, right? Well, it's made Ireland a tourist draw this time of year, thanks to festivals and tons of haunted sites. Travelzoo senior editor Gabe Saglie has been there for a few days, and now he joins us live from Trim Castle in Ireland with all the spooky details. Good morning, Gabe.
Yeah, I've been here for a couple of days and I've survived. I'm here to tell the tale.
Right.
And listen, that's a real shot. That's beautiful. Trim Castle. A lot of you have been out here, have been here. If you saw the movie Braveheart, it features prominently in that film. A great tourist attraction here in what's known as Meath, just about 45 minutes outside of Dublin.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing. So here's the thing, because there's so many places like that, Trim Castle, right, that people are going to be like, oh, it's haunted. Give me the haunted tour. And that's why people would say origins of Halloween are actually in Ireland because of what?
Well, because a couple of miles from where I'm standing right now, it's a private farm now, but I've got to stand on what's known as the Hill of Ward. There it is, sort of an eerie place of hallowed ground for folks who celebrate Halloween, because through archaeological digs, through carbon dating of remains found here, they determined that this is where the very first, it was known as Samhain back then, those ceremonial ceremonies that would mark the end of the calendar year, harvest was over, and now winter was coming. And October 31st was also the day when the veil between this world and the next was at its thinnest, meaning ghosts could very well cross over and do some spooky things. So, yeah, this is where it all started. And of course, now we're celebrating and sort of embracing those roots. And it's drawing a lot of people across the pond to come celebrate the spookiest holiday of the year, where it all began.
Nice.
So you say festivals inspired by Halloween have launched in the last few years, right? So
exactly
are
right.
people coming from all over the world to see this?
Indeed, indeed. And, you know, Ireland is known for festivals year-round. And now in the last couple of years, these Halloween-inspired festivals certainly drawing folks who want to come celebrate the spooky holiday right here. Saturday night was the launch of Puka Festival. Now, I was here in 2019 for the very first Puka Festival.
wow.
I got to lead the parade this year. Yeah, that was part of the. They thought I was in costume. I'm like, no, this is how scary I look all the time. 10,000 people live in Trim, and I think they were all out for this parade, lining the streets. Plus a whole bunch of folks from all over Europe and the U.S. that I got to meet there as well. Some of the characters that are part and parcel to the fables of Halloween starred in the parade. They're with me here now on the rooftop. That's Morrigan, the goddess of war, the crow there, and the red one, that's Fair Darrig. And there she is. That's Puka, the shapeshifter who would have inspired this festival. And the other one is Bowen, the goddess of the River Boyne, which runs through this town. So all over Europe, and you know, and all over Ireland, certainly celebrating the roots of Halloween through these big festivals that are drawing people from all over the world.
Those are really freaky looking masks. All right, the Puka mask is kind of just going to have nightmares of. So let's talk about other haunted sites for travelers to visit, because people love just getting out and and getting to see the history, but also being haunted, the scares of it all.
I actually spoke to a man once who's actually, I don't think, you're not supposed to do it, but he spent the night there at Trim Castle, convinced that this castle is in fact haunted. And it might be, because it dates back to 1172. Now, I spent the night at a place called Huntington Castle recently. It's in County Carlow, not too far from here. It's been in the same family since it was built in 1625. See that? 1625.
That was creepy.
I'm telling you, I mean, who's running the show here? This is a place where I spent the night recently. On the attic, purportedly, ghosts of soldiers have been known to kind of run across. And I spent the night in a room right underneath the attic. I didn't sleep well. I didn't hear any scurrying, but I did not sleep all that well. But they embrace that legend. And here's Kilkenny Castle. A lot of you have visited Kilkenny Castle. It dates back to the late 1100s. The White Lady purportedly haunts the corridors and the gardens of this beautiful estate. So yeah, no matter where you go, that rich history will kind of give birth to a lot of these spooky stories.
There's something about every time. I've been on a few ghost tours and it's always a lady dressed in white. What is that?
Yeah, that'll do it every time for me. That's for sure. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting though, because they always say that it's cold in the place where there are spirits, but in Ireland it's always cold. So
and it's a castle made of concrete.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably cold everywhere. And thankfully it's Puka Festival, not Puka Festival, although after you probably
depending
party
on how scared you get.
To drink, could become Puka. Listen, Gabe, thanks. We had we just wanted to throw out the Green Witch just to scare you, see if it was going to make you jump. But
I know who that was, by the way. That's Winifred the Witch. She's up in Derry in Northern Ireland. She's been celebrating Halloween. There she is, see, for 3,000 years, and she still looks so good all these years later. She's like the next big Derry girl, if you ask me. But
is this a
she's
live
up there
shot?
in Derry.
She's like,
this is a live shot, yeah. Say hi to New York City there, Pix 11 there, Winifred.
Oh, hello there, Gabe.
Oh my gosh, she really
nice to
is
see you
there.
again. And yes, I'm here once again at Derry Halloween. It really is the hot spot for Halloween celebrations. In the 3 nights in the run-up, they host a whole spooktacular series of celebrations.
Oh, wow.
And it's my favorite place to visit at Halloween because everybody gets dressed up in spooky costumes, and we monsters
my gosh.
get right in, can't we, Vlad?
What just happened?
Yes, it's a great place to eat new people.
What is happening, Gabe?
Gabe, what just happened, Gabe?
What, you know, I am not in control of this situation. And by the way, Derry Halloween up there in Northern Ireland, according to USA Today, the biggest and best Halloween party in the world.
Oh my gosh.
So no matter where you go, there's plenty of opportunity to
Fantastic.
celebrate Halloween in the place
That's
where
awesome.
it all began. Yeah, very cool
Thank
stuff.
you.
out there.
Gabe, please be careful out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you to
Oh,
Winifred
I'm
and her
looking over my
friend.
shoulder. You better believe it.
That was great.
Jeez, that was
so
pretty
good.
interesting. She probably is going to come back and help celebrate the 20th anniversary of Wicked.
Oh my God, that's what I thought it
momentarily.
was.
All right, Gabe, have fun. Happy Halloween.
Hey, happy Halloween, guys.
Right back at you.